Welcome to Fight Club 24/7. My name's Johnny Rashman. Right, let's get straight into it. KSI versus Tommy Fury and Logan Paul versus Danis. My prediction. Right. I am getting a bit sick of this, to be honest. Now, look, as I've said before, I did hammer YouTuber boxing before, right? But as I keep saying, I've come to the conclusion it's more WWE than boxing. It's not professional boxing. No matter who's fighting who on it, it's not professional boxing. It's more WWE / boxing, right? So there's a market for it. It's a big event, right? And the fights with KSI and Jake Paul and when they're fighting pro boxers or combat sport fighters, I'm going to report on it because at the end of the day, they are fighting combat sport fighters, right? But I am getting a bit sick of it, to be quite honest with you. And that's Danis bloke. I just don't even like talking about him because he just lives for attention. He is worse than Jake Paul because Jake Paul at least has a following. At least he gets in there and fights. This guy just talks and talks and talks. I've never known a so-called gangster who runs a show do everything to get out of a boxing fight. He just not stop crying and moaning. Just fight. It's 6 rounds against a YouTuber. You're not going to die. You're not fighting Better Biev or Canelo. It'll all be over soon. Just get in there and box. But the problem is he knows he's going to get exposed by a YouTuber because all the shite he's talked online, that's what he is. He's relevant for talking shit behind a computer screen. I mean, the bloke's, 30 years of age? And he tries to copy Conor McGregor. I mean, who does that? Who does that? Can you not think for yourself? Do you not have your own brain? Do you not have anything to bring to the table apart from a horrendously poor version of Conor McGregor? Conor McGregor brings something to the table. He backs it up. He's got charisma. He's got panache. He's a 2-weight UFC champion in 2 different organisations. He's a double champ. What are you? Okay, jiu-jitsu, great. On the ground, fine, right? But apart from that, what are you? You're out there, you're here like a bad smell, hanging around these YouTubers desperately needing a payday because who else is going to watch you? No one was interested in you. And the way he talks, it's just, it's cringy. It's, I know people might say, well, he's promoting the fight. It's like, mate, what? Like, there's a difference between promoting a fight and actually getting in there and fighting and just talking shit online. So you can say to sponsors or brands, look at my engagement. I'm doing 1 million views. I'm doing this and that. I want you to sponsor me, or I'm going to be be a brand ambassador for a betting company. And it's like, this is all going to come to an end pretty soon when he gets beaten up by a YouTuber because the ring always reveals itself, right? Now, yes, he will try something. He's already tried today, not stop crying about the weigh-in, Logan's missed weight, this and that, and he's fighting Jake Paul, just anything for that last bit of engagement, because next week, it's all going to die down. Well, it probably won't, because it'll be another week, because he'll do something after the fight. He'll throw a chair, or he'll throw something at Logan after the fight. I mean, yesterday, what was that? Logan Paul chucked a microphone at his knee, right? Okay, shouldn't have done it, but anyone knows with a brain in combat sports, you don't touch an opponent's face 2 days before a fight. Now, yes, you might slap or push someone, but you don't throw an object as hard as you can, deliberately trying to injure them, right? Because there's big money on the line. You can get your revenge in the ring. He did that deliberately. I'm not buying all the other split second. He knew that was his get out of jail card because he could have said, oh, Logan threw it at me, I reacted. He knew and it didn't work for him. I mean, look at the way he threw it. He walked right up to him and threw. This is not a sponge. It's a microphone. He could have severely cut a bad cut. I think Logan Paul was cut, but it could have been worse. It's just unbelievable. He's meant to be a big gangster, isn't he? I've never seen someone so terrified to get in the boxing ring. It's beyond embarrassing. It's like, just fight. You want to copy Conor McGregor? You want to wear his coat? You want to go around not wearing a shirt, bare-chested, talking the big man talk? Conor McGregor backed it up. He fought at the best. He didn't cry and moan and try and get out of everything. What was he going on about in the tweets today? Oh, Logan's broke the rules. Oh, it's not fair. Mate, you're getting paid more money than you ever deserve because these YouTubers are giving you the payday. You're not giving them the payday, right? And the only promotion you brought to the fight is trolling someone's girlfriend. Now, people keep saying to me, I'm a Logan Paul fan and all this. I'm not a Logan Paul fan. It's nothing to do with Logan Paul. Whatever fighter, if it was any fighter, I would have said the same thing, right? It's not acceptable. You don't cry mental health and then troll someone for months and months on end. Not acceptable, and it's the only reason he's got any type of engagement. He's just an absolute fake of a man, right? He's just like a bad smell. I can't wait never to mention him again. He's highly annoying. Right? Now, if he backs it up and actually fights and wins, or he gives a good account of himself, then okay, I'll hold my hands up. I can go, right, okay, at least we've seen something here. But at the moment, it's just non-stop talk to get that engagement up on Twitter. I'm just sick of seeing it. What do I think will happen in the fight? I think Logan will jab his head off, hit him with right hands all night. Now, I'm not saying Logan Paul's a great boxer, but he's not. But I think he's a lot better than Dylan Danis. He's been in with Floyd Mayweather, you know. Now, yes, he's messy and awkward. He's not great, is he, right? But who's he fighting against? Dylan Danis is even worse. So I just think he'll jab him. He's a taller guy. And I think he'll take him out. If he doesn't, if there's a way for Danis to win the fight, it will be get past 4 or 5 rounds. Because Logan will get a bit tired. You know, he's a lot of muscles there. The lactic acid. You know, the hands will come down. But can Danis capitalise on that? All he does is he'll try and copy Conor McGregor with the feet and the hands, and he'll lunge in with an uppercut, and he'll get caught, mate. He should get absolutely battered from post to post tomorrow, and he'll get badly exposed. And all the talk and the big bad gangster talk, and all that's not going to be great if you get battered by a YouTuber, is it? But expect him to try and get disqualified. Expect him to do something after the fight controversial. When he gets beat, he'll start crying about drug testing, and he will desperately he'll be coming up with something now, so he will stay in the news after that fight, because what else has he got to stay in the news of? He has to keep that engagement. He's been paid by companies, right? They want engagement, right? I think there's a betting company he's been endorsing, right? Not giving them for no reason, you know? So it is what it is, but I expect Logan Paul to just beat him up, to be fair. Right, KSI and Tommy Fury. Right, again, I'm getting sick of talking about this. KSI, look, I can't hammer him too much, because at the end of the day, it's a fight. You know, he's selling it how he wants to sell it. He's trying to get in Tommy's head. I think these YouTubers think the only way to beat Tommy is to put the pressure on him to get into his head, but he's already been through that with Jake Paul, so it's not really the best timing, to be quite honest with you. And you know what? I actually give KSI a lot of fucking credit, right? Okay, he's not a great boxer. He's getting paid millions of pounds, but he never had to take this fight. He's a lot smaller, right? He's not for anyone close to a basic level pro like Tommy Fury, right? He's been saying he wants to fight him, and you know what? He's backed up his words. He has backed up his words. He's not tried to bring him down horrifically in weight. Okay, there might have been talk, there might have been words, but at the end of the day, he's the much smaller man. He's not a boxer, and he's a fighting a basic level pro. It takes a lot of balls, that, you know. As much as I may hammer him with certain things, you've got to respect that. You've got to respect that. At the end of the day, this guy has been boxing for a few years. He has no business being in the ring with any basic level pro of any level, and the fact that he's done that, I take my hat off to him. I do. So when I analyse his fight, it's no hate to KSI. Why would I hate him? I respect what he does. I'm just not a fan of his. That's it. So I'm not going to blow smoke up his arse. I'm going to give my honest opinion. I don't like the way he's been disrespectful to pro boxers. I mean, what was he? He's mentioning Bivol and Canelo the other day or whatever. He says after he trains like them. It's like, mate, come on, stay in your lane. Right? I know you've got to promote it, right? But come on, it's nonsense. It's just nonsense, right? But he's getting in there and he's fighting, and I give him respect. Tommy Fury, it is what it is. He's going in there, right? If Tommy Fury can't take him out within a few rounds, I don't want to hear from him again because he's waffling about world championships. Listen, I'm from Manchester. I've been around the gyms in Manchester, right? I speak to people. I know the gyms he's been in, right? And I know what's been said and what's gone on, right? And if you don't believe me, if you think I'm being a Tommy Fury hater, I'm not, right? Why would I be a Tommy Fury hater? I'm giving an honest opinion. He's nowhere near world level. He never will be, right? He'll never get to European level. I would be surprised if he ever won a British title. I'd be surprised if he won a Southern Area title. They are great titles. When he's saying, I think I'm going to be a world champion, I will fight for one day, it's like, mate, stop trying to live up to Tyson. You're not Tyson, right? You never will be him. Stop trying to talk like that. Right, you can't fool people who have been around fighters and gyms. Right, I know what level you're at. You are not at world level. I don't care what world champions you've said you've sparred. I know for a fact you are nowhere near that level. Hence why you're poor enough to fight these YouTubers. Because if you had anything about you, they wouldn't be picking you to fight. They all think they can beat you. It's embarrassing. But he's got his place in the market and he's making money. I don't hate on him for that. Anyone with his limited ability would do the same. Where's he going in pro boxing? He can't fill out an arena. He's not really got any fans in boxing terms. The YouTubers are giving him the payday. Like Danis, he ain't giving them the payday. They can make money anyway. Who's Tommy Fury going to fight? No one. And make any type of money like this? No one. Vidal Riley's name gets mentioned and he panics. You see the fear in his eyes. What does he say? No one knows who Vidal is. Well, that's bullshit because he's probably one of the most high-profile British fighters in the UK. His links to KSI, you know, his YouTube channel got 1 million subs or something like that. So it's nonsense. You'll get splattered by 3-4 rounds by Vidal Riley. And Vidal Riley's an English champion at the moment, right? And you'd get battered 2-3 rounds. Right? So stop talking about world championships. It's embarrassing. I think all this money and the event, it's got to his head because the event is of a world championship level, super fight levels, big business. So he's either a bit deluded or he's talking shit. I think he's a bit deluded because, you know, he's all the attention's on him and this and that. And it's like, mate, you're a very limited boxer, right? You are better, you're levels above these YouTubers, and that's not an achievement, right? But at the end of the day, you didn't stop Jake Paul. You boxed his head off, but you didn't stop him. If you can't stop this man within a few rounds, then I don't want to hear this guy. I don't want to mention him again because we all know what's going to happen after this. We'll go after Logan Paul. Stop these people, right? You're claiming you're going to be a world champion. Go in there and stop him. It's not difficult. Anyone with a bit of nous and ability would do that. These are YouTubers. I'd be embarrassed that they're even picking you. Don't get me wrong, he's lucky. He is that poor and he's got the Fury name. Because if he didn't have that, where would he be in boxing? Where would he be? He'd be nowhere. Absolutely nowhere, you know. He is levels above these YouTubers. And I expect him to just out-jab KSI. I expect KSI to be hugging wildly. I don't think it'll be an exciting fight. I think a lot of people have bought into the hype. Right, the KSI's going to stop him. He's a dog and dog. Yeah, you're a dog till you're getting double jab right hand in the face and you're getting body shots. Soon the dog gets tamed and the big pit bull turns into a little chihuahua. Right, when you start having a few right hands pummeled in your face and jabs. Do you know what I mean? And Tommy Fury's rangy, a decent jab. He's got good, decent power. Right, and I expect him to just completely outbox KSI. He should stop him. I don't know with Tommy Fury because, you know, on the big stage he always seems to just not perform, doesn't he? There's always an excuse. It's next time, it's this and that. Okay, well, this is your time again, right? Go out there and do what you're meant to do and just knock this bloke out. It should not be hard for someone who's claiming they're going to be a world champion, right? But I can't see any way whatsoever that KSI can win. And if he does, I don't care, right? I will say fair play. In fact, I actually want him to win. I don't care. I'm not a hater. I'm not interested. It doesn't bother me. I'll be annoyed that I got the prediction wrong, but a lot of people are saying, oh, well, I'm going to come back to these comments. And fine, come back to it. Give a fuck. Right? If he wins, I will say fair play, mate. You proved me wrong. You shut me up. And I will say that, right? But I can't see it. I think Tommy Fury will absolutely dominate him and take him out. Right, let me know what you think. Who wins in both fights. Logan Paul, this Danis bloke, and Tommy Fury KSI. Who wins? Like, comment, subscribe, let me know.